in this session, we're going to take a look at the More Actions button up here in the top right. We're going to look at printing a list, exporting a list, and importing a list. And just so we have a frame of reference, I'm in the space module, and I have selected the space records within that module. So here we have our 52 pages of space records. And before we start actually doing this, I am going to change my view to my view so that I get the presentation of the columns in the order and what I want to see versus what I don't want to see, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to search on a field. In this case, I'm just going to pick restroom, and I'm going to say search. And I'm going to filter out of all my spaces only those spaces that have restrooms as part of the description. You'll notice here that this top bar turns orange, and that tells you that you're looking at filtered data instead of the whole database. So just a point of information there. So now let's go through each of the functions here. So I'll go to More Actions. I can say print a list. We have the choice of what we want to print. We can pick the printer that we want. And you can see this is the data I'm going to get. So this is a very simple way to print out information that you just need a report on from the filtered data in the space module. So I'm going to cancel that. Back to looking at my filtered data again. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to click on the More Actions button again, and we are going to go to Export List. And in this case, I'm going to say that I want to open the appropriate spreadsheet that it's creating right now. You can see it's going to create an XLS format. So I'm going to say open that, and I get this message, and I'm going to say yes, I'm happy with that. So here we have all our data in spreadsheet format. We can edit it and do virtually anything else we want to that you can do with data in Excel. A lot of people like to use Excel to edit information that they're ultimately going to bring back in modified form back into the EvolveFM database. So I could go and change everything I need to change within this group of records, and then if I chose to go to File, I can choose to save it to my computer, or I can pick a folder. In this case, I just picked my desktop. The important thing to recognize here is the format you need to save it as. So for this session, I'm calling my updated spreadsheet Restrooms Update, and I've got it defined as a text file, and it's going into my desktop. So if I click Save, and I'll say, yes, I want to use that format, and I'm done. So now, back in my drawing, if I were to pick Import a List, and I were to go find the file, I just use the normal search tools for the file, and I pick my Restrooms Update file, and I open it up, and I say Save. Now I get a dialog box where I can map all the fields in my spreadsheet to the appropriate fields in the import list for space. When I've got everything lined up right and I click Next, it'll go ahead and bring that data back into the database and actually update the database with the new information. And that is a quick look at the More Actions button, where you can print, export, and import information. EvolveFM, everything you need, nothing you don't.